Some breaking news coming in. Multiple stabbings in Sydney shopping centre have been reported. 6 people have died in the Westfield horror attack. Police were called to Westfield Bondi Junction on Saturday afternoon local time following reports of multiple people stabbed. The suspect, who police said acted alone, was shot dead at the scene by a lone officer. New South Wales Police's Assistant Commissioner Anthony Cook has said that the attacker raised his knife at her and she discharged her firearm, and that person is now deceased. No information has been given as to his identity or possible motive, but Cooks has said they weren't ruling anything out just yet.
Humanity and the heroism of our fellow Australians, our brave police, our first responders, and of course everyday people who could never have imagined that they would face such a moment. And some of the footage is quite extraordinary. Staff for whom this should have been a normal shift, shoppers peacefully going about their lives, and yet for these Australians their first instinct in the face of danger was to help someone else. That is what we hold on to tonight as Australians. That's confirmation of who we are, brave, strong, together. I think the AFP Commissioner has made it clear that speculation, certainly not from myself, would be unhelpful at this time. We should allow the investigators to go about their work. The police, I've also had a discussion tonight with the Director-General of ASIO. The motive at this stage is unknown. And we will, of course, continue to update the Australian public as more information is known.
Is getting us more details on that story. Joining us from Melbourne at this moment, Amit, this is horrific. The pictures that are emerging are just so disturbing. This man is being caught on camera. He's on a murder spree in that mall. I understand that a 9-month-old baby is the youngest victim of these attacks. What more can you tell us?
The latest update is that the 6th victim has also died. Earlier it was 5 adults, apart from the attacker. At this stage, it is not clear what the motives are, but given, people are speculating, and the government had asked people, and also the police commissioner has asked people not to speculate, given the crisis in the Middle East going on. It is considered a lone wolf attack at this stage, although the area was evacuated immediately, thinking if the person has any help, they would be hiding somewhere. So we are waiting for more information. Throughout Australia, across all political ideologies, people have started condemning this incident. Australia is shocked. Remember that some of the states are just going back from school holidays. So Monday would be for some the second term of school. So people were eagerly shopping before the school starts. So a lot of kids in the area, lots of young mums in the area. So it's kind of very horrific as the news is breaking.
Absolutely. I understand, and this is a shopping mall. There would be just regular people like you and me there. The terrorist here, yes. It's heartbreaking because the 9-year-old baby is the victim of this attack, one of the first few victims and the youngest one. I also understand that the man in question here, the terrorist, has now been neutralized and has been shot dead by the lone officer on duty.
Yes, so usually across Australia, wherever there is high footfall, particularly Bondi is considered a tourist destination, so there would be a lot of tourists as well. So there is usually not major, but some police presence, like a police van with 2 officers, and these were the people who responded. And Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has just praised the woman police officer who took initiative, and she showed the courage and neutralized the so-called alleged terrorist at this stage. And so I think it was brave of her, because usually police officers in Australia do not shoot, unlike USA. But it was really brave of her that she actually stabbed more This guy could have just gone berserk and killed even more people.
Well, absolutely, because he was on a murder spree. If you could give us a sense of how many people have been injured, because there are some pictures doing the rounds of several people being given CPR as
Yes.
well, Amit.
Yes. So overall, I think more than a dozen people were attacked. 8 were taken to hospital, out of which one more person has died, and 5 were, dead at the spot. The baby was also attacked, as the news is. Most people luckily ran out because as people started shouting, they hid. Some shopkeepers closed, so it was really brave on some of the shopkeepers as well that they immediately took precautions and they shut their shop. Although, you could see images and graphics where people are running out, and the police has been immediately called in to Bondi. So there were first responders who are usually nearby. So I imagine that police was very active and they reached the spot. A good thing that there were not many attackers. So it was just one man. And therefore, I think if it was more people, the damage could have been very
Well,
serious.
absolutely. It remains to be seen whether he functioned alone or not, because all of this is preliminary information. We understand. We don't know about the
Yes.
motive just yet. We don't know who this man was just yet. I'm going to thank you, Amit, for joining us with those details for the moment. It's a story we're keeping a very close eye on. Our hearts, in fact, go out to the people, the victims of this horrific attack in Sydney.